Come back to another draft analysis. I'm Ace, and right now into the second series of the day for the ESL Major. We have Virtus.pro going up against Team Liquid. Just a quick recap on the last series. Game 3 of Team Secret versus Newbie. I think, as I mentioned in my draft analysis, you can check it out if you haven't watched it. I said Newbie had a better draft, slightly better draft, but Secret are the team that has been executing better. And I think that's exactly what happened. They just out-executed Newbie and took the game 3. So yeah, here we are anyway. Virtus.pro vs Team Liquid, game number 1. Liquid having first pick, they ban Night Stalker Seven. Seven is a very interesting first phase ban, but it's understandable towards Virtus.pro, who likes to play it on Ramses. And VP on the other hand, they ban away Leech as well as Nature's Prophet. Okay, so they decided VP came into this draft deciding not to target GH hero at all. They just totally ignore his hero. They leave IO in the pool, they leave Cotton in the pool, they leave Shaker in the pool. So they just don't care. They target Mind Control's Prophet and the Lich, which is a very strong hero right now. So with the first pick, Team Liquid, they go for Venomancer, which they prioritize a lot ever since TI7 as well. Knowing that VP might not be picking up IO yet, so if VP doesn't pick it up, then Liquid will get it in the second pick, which is exactly what happened. So Liquid got the Venomancer and the IO. And VP came into this series deciding already to let this IO through, and I think that's a mistake. A lot of teams think that they can play against GH IO, and they always come into the series, they let it through, they draft something to fight against it, they think that they can do it, but many times the team failed. And we'll see whether VP really have something. They draft an Enchantress as well as a Bane. This Bane is probably going to be Solo's Bane. He has been playing this hero. I think yesterday he played it as well. Enchantress is possibly Lil's hero. Now that they pick up the Doom is definitely going to be Pasha's hero. So I believe this Enchantress is going to be Lil's hero. I think they're abusing the fact that with this IO pickup, they know that whenever GH plays IO, he always focus on one hero, and that hero is usually Miracle on the mid lane. So with the Enchantress on the off lane, if the Doom on the off lane, he should be able to bully Matumbaman's hero. But with the Veno already picked up, I'm not sure if that's going to be a good game plan. However, I feel that they're relying a lot on this Enchantress for Lil to make all the plays in the laning phase. So Enchantress can technically win the top lane and the bot lane for VP, and just let whoever the IO is helping the mid lane do whatever he wants. That's what I feel. VP they go for... Liquid they go for the AA for Koroki, and it's a very good answer to Doom as well as Enchantress. Enchantress has a heal, Doom has also a heal. And with ALT, if the ALT hits, all these heals are all invalid and no longer useful. They cannot heal up anymore, and it's very strong. Like Enchantress is very tanky because of her untouchable as well as a heal. Doom as well, but with the AA and magical damage output that comes out from him as well as the Venomancer on top of the Cold Vortex, it's a really strong combination against what VP have right now. I think Doom is probably going to force to go into a Hood or even a Pipe, or maybe the Enchantress. Either one of them needs to get it. VP they go for No One's Queen of Pain. It's a pretty old school hero that no one was pretty good at it previously. It's very good against whatever Liquid have right now. They don't have much lockdown. Actually, they don't have any stun right now. They only got Veno slow as well as AA slow. And Queen of Pain excels in games where they are very little lockdown. And also very good at bursting heroes with... When the IO relocates somebody in, you can always burst down together with the ulti as well as Scream of Pain. So the draft so far is looking decent for VP against the IO lineup, but I'm still not sure if it's enough. Team Liquid is just such a strong team, and they play around this IO very well, as you have seen time and time again. Okay, I haven't talked about the second phase ban. VP banned the Broodmother and Pugna, which is pretty understandable, and Liquid they banned DP as well as Mirana. So Liquid was targeting the strong mid laners in the current meta, but instead as I mentioned, VP went for the Queen of Pain, which worked very well. But now with the Tiny is a hero in the mid lane that can actually burst down this Queen of Pain before he gets his blink off. The Avalanche Toss combo is really strong, and with IO stacking for him, he can clear stacks with his dual spell combo as well. And that's how Miracle's Tiny is going to get really fat. VP, they banned the Beastmaster, expecting this Veno to be multiple man, and I believe it's gonna be. They can still switch it up to mind control playing it though.
5 seconds remaining.
I actually fear for VP right now. This Tiny pick is actually so good. The magical burst damage is extremely good against heroes like Queen of Pain as well as Enchantress.
Team Liquid's turn to pick.
And he can scale to the late game with Aghanims and ACS and stuff. So Liquid has a very strong early game. Tiny can be really supported very well by IO, and they've done it a lot of times and they've done it very well with it as well. Tiny can scale really late game, especially with IO behind him with overcharge. So right now Team Liquid is really strong with this Tiny pick. And they go for this Bat Rider, seeing that they lack initiation. Before the Tiny and Bat Rider were picked, they had 0 stun. So now they have the Tiny stun plus the Bat Rider's lockdown, which is really good.
Ten seconds remaining.
Tiny is also a hero that is okay with getting Doom. Like in the event that he casts his Avalanche Toss and he gets Doom, IO can always heal him through the damage, and Tiny can still get his right clicks off. So he's not really a hero that's affected by Doom. I really like this Tiny pick a lot. VP right now, they need a hero for Ramses. They probably need to hard counter this Tiny pick. What was this? Lifestealer. I was thinking of Lifestealer, but because Lifestealer is not affected by Craggy Exterior, he can always reach and right click the Tiny. And he's not affected by all the magical damage on the side of Team Liquid. He's a good laner against Bat Rider as well. So I think this is pretty much one of the better picks they can get. And he has the vehicle of the Doom if he gets Shadow Blade or Blink, and Queen of Pain as a natural Blink already. That being said, I still feel the Tiny is going to be massive, as that's what Liquid always do with the IO. He always just focus on one lane and make that guy massive. He's going to stack for him. Miracle is going to get a lot of farm. He's not going to have any mana problems because of the IO. One team going for VP's lineup is the Bane. When you have a solo call like Tiny, and the lineup of Team Liquid lacks lockdown as I mentioned, so Bane's Fiend Script is actually going to do so much. You wouldn't want to waste your mind controls, Bat Rider's Lasso on a hero like Bane. And if you grip the Tiny, there's actually nothing else that can cancel apart from Cold Feet, but even Cold Feet takes 4 seconds. So actually this Bane pick is turning out to be a very strong pick against whatever Liquid have right now. I really like VP's draft in terms of what they have up against Team Liquid, but I'm not sure if it's enough to combat against the best team in the world right now, especially with the best hero on their most impactful player, GH.
Prepare for battle.
So I can see where VP is going with this draft against the IO as well as the IO Tiny, but Liquid might just be too strong on it. Let's see, we'll see. Okay, so if VP wants to win, what must they do? They need to have a good laning phase first of all. They cannot over focus on the mid lane, I feel. They need to focus on the 2 side lanes. They need to shut down the Team Liquid's initiator on mind control. If they have a good start. Okay, I was thinking whether they will put Pasha on the Enchantress and Leo on the Doom, which is exactly what they do. Enchantress is able to bully on the off lane more, and Liu can help with the rotation as well. So it's about, I think it's going to be quite similar, but it's just which one they prefer to become a core and which one they prefer to become the roaming support. I feel that VP has the tools to deal with whatever Liquid have, but Liquid might just be too strong in the execution. Yeah, that's all for Game 1 Trust Analysis, and hope you guys like it. Thank you.